weekend. We only have about one. Next week is going to be basically reviewing for your test, and then that's your last test, and we'll be done. So I am so excited for you guys. You guys have been awesome. I have really enjoyed teaching you in 6th grade this year. You've made it fun for me. Of course, I'll talk about more later. I don't want to say we're ending now. But I'll see you all next year for my class, and I'm so excited about getting to know you better that way. But for today, we're going to be on page 245. We're going to review. So what we'll do is we'll do these next 2 pages, today and then Monday. And then the rest of the week, we'll get your test out. We'll go through each section, review again, and then we'll take it by next Friday. So, but today, 245 is where we're at. Subject and verb agreement. So this goes way back as well, okay? Write is or are in the blank at the left. So you have to determine, remember we said from a long time ago, singular subject takes a singular verb, and a singular verb has S. Plural subject takes a plural verb, and a plural verb, has no S on the end. Remember that? All right, so this is what this exercise is about. So you have to find the subject and figure out if it's singular or plural, and then pick the right verb. So number 1, $75 is or are a lot to pay for a dress. What is the subject? Well, it's dollars. Is dollars singular, or is $75 singular, or is $75 plural? Now, you might be confused on this, because remember we talked about if it acts as if the group, the collective noun was what this is, if it acts, there we go, as one unit, then it's going to be functioning as a singular subject. And in this case, this is what it is doing. $75 is one chunk, so it's acting as a singular subject. So we need a singular verb that has an S, so it should be is. $75 is. Number 2, spaghetti and meatballs is or are my favorite Italian food. This is another one. Remember, when we have 2 subjects joined by and, they usually take a plural verb, unless the subject is one thing. Like spaghetti and meatballs is one dish. So is it is or are? It is. Number 3, many men in uniform is or are a long way from home. What is the subject? Not in uniform. Uniform is an OP. It's a men. So men is plural. We need a plural verb with no S, so are. Number 4, either mom or dad, blank, buying their shoes, is or are. Remember when we have a subject joined by either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. So in this case, it's dad. Dad is singular, so what kind of verb do we have? S, so it should be is. Number 5, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is or are an exciting novel by Jules Verne. It's one book, so we need a singular verb which has S, so is. Number 6, either he or his brothers is or are guilty. Here is the either or again. Now, he is singular, but is brothers? No, and remember we agree with the closer subject to the verb. Brothers is plural, it's closer, so we need to choose are. Number 7, the Marine Corps is or are a hard outfit to join. Even though that ends in an S, it's one thing, the Marine Corps, one group, so it's is. Number 8, the Times, blank, a London newspaper. That's the name of a newspaper. One newspaper, so it's singular, it needs is. Neither the spectators nor the pitcher is or are expecting O'Brien to hit a home run. Here is neither nor. So let's look at the subject. We have spectators, that's plural, but we have pitcher, and that's singular. The verb is closer to the pitcher, which is singular, so we need a singular verb, which is. And number 10, a cat with several kittens is or are lying on the porch. What's the subject? Cat, singular verb with an S, is. Okay, that was reviewed from way back, and we will review that again later a little bit next week. All right, using nouns. In the following sentences, write PN above each predicate nominative, DO above each direct object, IO above each indirect object, and DA above each noun or of direct address. So we're looking for PN, DO, IO, DA. Okay, excuse me. Remember, PNs follow linking verbs, and they rename the subject. DO follows action verb, answers whom or what after the verb. IO comes before direct object, answers to whom or for whom. Remember, if there is no direct object, there cannot be an indirect object. And then DA is direct address. It's the person whom you're speaking to in the sentence. All right, so let's see. This is also review from way back. Number one, Lily, did you send your grandmother her present? So they have nothing italicized. You have to find it. So let's find subject and verb first. Even though they did not ask us to do it, we need to do it. It will help you. All right, so what is the verb? Go ahead and underline it. Did send is the verb. Who or what did send? So now we're going to find the subject. You did send. All right, and let's go through the process here. You did send whom or what? Is there anything that answers that? Yes. Present. So what kind of verb do we have? Action. So what is present? It's a direct object, so write DO. Now let's go through the process some more. To whom or for whom did you send present? Is there anything that answers that question? Grandmother. So what is grandmother? IO. And then Lily, at the beginning of the sentence, I'm speaking directly to Lily, so what is Lily? DA. All right, so there you go. I want you to do 2 through 6 on your own. This is review, okay? You should already know how to do this. I just talked through the first sentence. Find all the things I told you to find. So pause the video, do 2 through 6, and then push play, and we'll give you the answers. I want to see how well you do, or I want you to see how well you do. All right, so hopefully you've done that. Number 2, let's see. Jane Eyre is a famous English novel. All right, there's one thing. Novel is a PN, so hopefully you have that. Number 3, all men are sinners. Sinners is a PN. Number 4, Christ's death gives believers salvation. Believers is the IO, salvation is the DO. Number 5, students, DA, and money is DO. Number 6, leader is PN, follower is PN. And there you go. So how did you do? Hopefully you did really well. Let's move on to pronouns, subject, verb agreements. There's only 5 here. Write the correct verb in the blank. This is referring to our pronouns. Remember our indefinite pronouns, how they can be singular or plural? Let's see, we got some time here. All right, so remember, who can tell me our singular indefinite pronouns? All right, this goes way back too. We did have them on a chart, I think, or I wrote them on the board. Does anyone remember what our singular indefinite pronouns are? Each, either, neither, all the ones, and all the bodies. Remember that? Each, either, neither, one, and body. All right, now what are the plural indefinite pronouns? Both, few, several, many. Remember that? And then remember there is a group that can go both ways, and we have some, any, none, all, most. Remember that? That goes way back, right? All right, so that's what this exercise is about. So number 1, some of the peaches in this basket is or are rotten. We need to find the subject. Remember, subject cannot be in a prepositional phrase, okay? So number 1, what's the subject? If you underline some, you are correct. All right, now, this is actually in the either or category, so we need to look at the context of the sentence. So look at peaches. Is that singular or plural? It's plural, so we need to choose a plural verb that has no S, so it's are. Number 2. None, let me see, okay, we still have some time. None of the water has or have frozen yet. Is that singular, plural, or either or? None. Over here, either one. Okay, so let's look at it. None of the water. Is water singular or plural? It's singular, so we need a singular verb that has S. None has. Number 3, each of the men was or were in excellent speaker. Each, which list does it come from? Singular list, so we have to pick a singular verb. Was, it has S on the end. Number 4, few of the students knows or know the answer. Few, which list does it come from? Plural, so we need a plural verb that has no S, so we pick no. Number 5, everyone in the club plays or play a musical instrument. The subject is everyone. Let's look and see what list does one come under. Singular, so we need a verb that has an S. So everyone plays. So hopefully you remember how to do that. That was reviewed from way back too. Okay, so that's all we're going to do today. We only have 3 minutes left, and we're going to do, on Monday, we'll do 246, and then we'll spend the rest of the couple days after that reviewing for your final, which is just going to be test 9, I think it's, or test 10, I can't remember. I think it's test 10. And that will be it. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and enjoy yourselves, and I will see you back here for language class next Monday.